All right, this is going to be a fun video. Anytime you start talking about growing young, everybody pays attention. Right? And fortunately, when we teach the body, teach ourselves how to use the body's youth hormone, the body does all the work. Now, a lot of this, and this, for your information, some of you are not going to be interested in this. This is primarily for those people that just don't have time to be sick. Right? Either they got too many responsibilities or they got too many goals. Right? But anyway, let's go back now because it was called concierge medicine. You might hear it a lot now, and that's where people get together and they'll pay anywhere from up to $400 or $500 a month, right, for a doctor. Right? And then instead of having a doctor who services 25,000 patients, which is about average, and 8 minutes a piece a year, right, the doctor will have about 600 patients, so he can really keep up with the drugs and etc. Now, what's really beginning to move, the movement now, is going toward telomere. Right, if I can't get it right, it's telomere health. Now, the telomerase in every cell in the body, right, and it affects it now. But what also happens, all right, well, we're going to go into the code here in just a minute, but realize now you also came to this website for something free. All right, so, there's nothing free, nothing's for nothing. All right, why do we offer something free? It's because we want to bribe you. We're developing a group of people that just don't get sick. The science is all there. We've been doing this for well over a decade, and the things that have happened in science have been phenomenal. Now, so what we'll need to do, your first thing you'll need to learn, all right, is the secret code to health. It must be a secret. We keep saying it because we're not teaching it to everybody. Okay, the code. The C. The C is for buffered mineral vitamin C, right? In the same way that the body made it when it originally, because the body originally made it, doesn't anymore. That's why you have to give it to it every day. It's the backbone of the body's immune system, right? Collagen, that's what holds the whole body together. It's made up primarily of C. All right, now the O. The O stands for oxygen and for oils. Okay, what's so important about oxygen? Well, it is impossible for a fully oxygenated cell to become cancerous. It cannot happen. It's like the C that we talked about before. That's the backbone, the underlying cause of all cardiovascular diseases. We just talked about the two biggest killers in the world just now, right? And science knows what to do with all of them, right? Now, the way you get the oxygen into the cells is with oils. And that's the correct omega-3s and omega-6s in the correct ratio. Okay, so that's the O. The D. The D is the pilot of the whole body system, all right, and that is vitamin D3, cholecalciferol. It controls about 2,500 genes. It contains about 200-300 polypeptides. They don't even know that the research is just falling all over itself with benefits. Don't even know what all it does, the good things, okay? So that's the D, all right, and code CODE is enzymes. All right, now these are the proteolytic enzymes. What are proteolytic enzymes? They're the cleaner-uppers. Pain, all right? Remember, when you're young, your body makes an awful lot of them, and you don't have very much pain, right? So what you're doing now is you're teaching the body, giving it back, those proteolytic enzymes. That's the code. Now, when you total the whole thing up, right, what do you come up with? You come up with telomerase. It's in every cell. It has to do with every disease in the human body, right? But as it increases, right, its release, then it also increases youth hormone. That hormone that we have had, but it's been cut off for a long time when we were young. Right? The only way you can really easily maintain a healthy weight, right, is where the body just keeps on excreting human growth hormone. Well, as it excretes growth hormone, it also excretes or generates more telomerase. which generates more HGH, right? Like a perpetual motion machine, like a snowball going down a hill. Just keeps on being bigger and bigger, okay? And better in this case. Now, so as a result of all this additional telomerase, these telomeres, and that's that little old thing on the end of the DNA code. That's the telomere. That determines how long we live and how long we stay young. Right? Now, science has found, they think now, that the human body, with what they can do with the telomeres, the last couple of hundred years, we've never thought about that, never been so energetic as that before, but they have proven now that in brief studies, right, that the telomere, right, they can extend the length of those telomeres by 5.6%. That translates into 9.8 years of additional lifespan, youth span, okay? Now, if you're one of those people that we talked about, right, they didn't have time to be sick, right? You know, let's talk about a doctor or a businessman, or how about a school teacher, right? Or a car salesman, somebody that's just not going to be paid, right, if they're not there to conduct business. If it's a doctor, give him 10 more years. Let's say he only nets $50,000 a year, right, as a result of this, right? 10 times 50, that's $500,000 for just doing the things that we've talked about and getting the body to start forming, creating its own telomerase and these telomeres, right, and letting the body do its thing. That's what it was created for. There ain't nothing it can't do. So at any rate, let's cut it off now. Oh, wait a minute. Let's also remember that there's some negatives. We talk about all these things, and you're going to be learning them that help increase life extension. Remember, you can also, there are plenty of things you can do to shortcut it, to sabotage it. One of them is called visceral adipose tissue. That's that dangerous fat around your belly that surrounds the organs. Right? Where does it come from? It's something we give it. It comes from carbohydrates. And these carbohydrates form this, we call it VAT. It's visceral adipose tissue, which is the kind of fat that makes you hungry for more things that make you fat, right? And then other things that shorten those telomeres, like drugs, like disease. Did you ever know, right, that a common cold could shorten your overall lifespan? Okay, you're going to learn a lot about this. All right, but let's stop this part out now, because here's the first step in your education.